Hari Om. I welcome you all to the next session of data mining and data warehousing course. We are currently discussing module 5. Module 5 is all about the classification technique in data mining. We have already covered what is web, spatial, temporal data mining, etc. In this video, we are going to see a brief introduction about classification. Then we will get into the decision trees. So all of us know machine learning is one of the very hot topics in the computer science industry. The current applications in almost all the business functions are using machine learning applications. So machine learning is nothing but an application of artificial intelligence. What exactly is done in machine learning is it gives the computer systems the capability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. The machine is going to learn from the data that is being updated every time. So that is what we say, it automatically learn and improve from experience. So the experience here means the data that is provided to the machine. So when the data is getting updated, the machine will start learning from the data without being explicitly programmed. The programmer need not write the program again and again. He designed an algorithm in such a way that the algorithm itself will learn from the data being updated again and again. Or you can also say the machine learning gives computers the capability to learn without being explicitly programmed. That is the idea behind the machine learning. Whatever applications that you are currently using, all these applications have been written as a program, and this program will be executed with the set of data. Now here, if the data is getting updated, it is not going to learn on its own. Whereas the machine learning algorithms, once written, the program need not be updated again and again. Instead, you just update the data, automatically the program will start learning from the updated data. That is the idea behind machine learning. So the machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. This is the whole idea behind the machine learning process. That is why we say you just feed the data to the computer will start learning from the data. So artificial intelligence is fed to the computer so that the computer will start learning from the data, and it will use this data to learn on its own. That is the machine learning process. Now when you take the machine learning algorithms, the machine learning algorithms can be categorized as supervised learning or unsupervised learning. So this is what you call as supervised learning, and this is what you call as unsupervised learning. So in the supervised learning, there will be a supervisor who will give you the information, who will explain the information, right? So the information is not just given to you, it is explained, and the details and the idea behind the information, everything will be shared to the receiver. That is what we call as supervised learning. So there will be an expert already available, and the expert will be sharing the information. You call it as supervised learning. Whereas in unsupervised learning, there is no guide for you. Instead, you are going to learn on your own. you are going to learn on your own. So the details or the explanation or the idea or the motive, these kind of things are to be studied or analyzed by the user themselves. This is what you call as unsupervised learning, right? So in the machine learning also we have supervised and unsupervised learning. So in the supervised learning is a machine learning approach that is defined by its use of labeled data set. So in the supervised learning, what happens, whenever the data is fed to the machine, before feeding the data to the machine, the data set will be labeled, right? This is what this particular data is all about. So this particular record is having these set of values and it can be classified like this. In the same way, all the data will be labeled in the supervised learning, and these data sets are designed to train or supervise algorithms into classifying data or predicting outcomes accurately. So using these labeled data set, then algorithm will be designed, and this algorithm will be used for classifying the data or predicting the data. So that is what is done in the supervised learning. So the two very important supervised learning algorithms are classification and regression. So you have to understand the supervised learning is one of the machine learning approaches, and supervised learning is done with the labeled data set. This is very important. The data set will have its own labels, and these data sets will be used for creating an algorithm or creating a model, and these data sets are used to train or used to give a model, right? And the classification and regression are the two popular supervised learning algorithms. Whereas in the case of unsupervised learning, it is the algorithms are used to analyze and cluster the unlabeled data set. So there is no labels given to the data set. There is no class given to the data set. There is no category label given to the data set. Here all the data sets are already categorized or classified, and the label is given to the data set, and these labeled data is given to train the machine. Whereas here in the unsupervised learning, we are going to have unlabeled data set, and these algorithms discover hidden patterns in data without the need for human intervention. So these algorithms are going to retrieve or extract only the hidden patterns, right? It is not used for predicting. Instead, it can be called as a descriptive model. It is going to simply discover the hidden patterns from the given data, but without the need for human intervention. That is why we are having it as the machine learning algorithm. So the two popular unsupervised algorithms are clustering and association. We have already discussed what is association rule mining and what is clustering. In both these processes, we have identified they are used for describing the information about the data set. So in the association rule mining, what we do, we are going to derive the association rule saying that how much one item set is dependent or related to another item set. So that is what is defined in the association rule mining. And in the clustering, we have seen we are going to simply take the data points, and all these data points, or you call it as objects also, right? So all these objects or data points are grouped together. They are grouped together based on their similarity. So all the similar objects will be grouped together in a cluster, and the dissimilar objects will be going to other clusters. So there the data sets are not at all labeled. There is no label given to the data set. So if you have labeled data set, we can make use of the supervised learning models, and if you have unlabeled data set, then we will make use of the unsupervised learning models. So this is a better example for specifying what is supervised learning and unsupervised learning. You can observe here, these are the objects I have, and all these objects are labeled. So this object is labeled like apple, and this is also labeled as apple, and this is labeled as pineapple, and this is labeled as banana. So these are the labeled data set, and you can observe here there is no label given, right? Objects name എന്താണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ഏത് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ വരുന്നതാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിൻ്റെ classification name എന്താണെന്നുള്ള ഒരു specification is not given here in the unsupervised learning. Whereas in the supervised learning, all these objects are labeled. So now what you are going to do, all these labeled data set will be given to an algorithm, and this algorithm is a supervised learning algorithm, and this algorithm will be creating a model. It will be designing a model which you are going to call as a predictive tool, right? And now when a new object is coming in, you give this object to this predictive tool, and this predictive tool will predict that it is an apple, right? Here this object is not having any label. Now you want to find out whether it is an apple, pineapple or banana. So you give this object to this predictive tool, and the tool will predict that it is an apple. This is what you call as supervised learning. Why we call it a supervised learning? Because already the information or the data set is labeled here, and this labeled data set is given to this supervised learning as a training data, and the algorithm learns from this data set. It learns from this data set. How it is learning? If it sees an image like this, it has to be apple. If it sees an image like this, it has to be apple. If it sees an image like this, it should be called as pineapple. If it sees an image like this, it should be called as banana. So this information or this learning is done from this data set. So you call it as a training data, which are the labeled data set. So by learning, what it is creating? It is creating a predictive tool. It is deriving a model for predicting a new object. So when a new object is coming in, it can easily predict that it is an apple. Whereas in the unsupervised learning, what you are going to do, you don't have any labels here. So the unsupervised learning, it will take an object and it will be creating into the cluster. So all the three similar objects will be put into this particular cluster, and this is dissimilar from this particular set of objects. So you put it in a separate cluster, and this one is in a is not at all similar to these two objects. So you are going to create as a separate cluster. So here we are doing only a clustering process. We are grouping it. So the unsupervised learning takes all the objects, and it is going to find out what are the similar objects, and all the similar objects will be grouped into a cluster. This is what you call as unsupervised learning. So now if you see here, supervised learning is a machine learning approach that's defined by its use of labeled data set. So this is your labeled data set. These data sets are designed to train or supervise algorithms into classifying data or predicting outcomes accurately. So these data are given to train this model to derive a predictive tool. And these are the two popular approaches. One is classification algorithm, the other one is regression algorithm. Whereas unsupervised learning uses machine learning algorithms to analyze and cluster unlabeled data set. So we know that these are all unlabeled data set, and these algorithms discover hidden patterns in data without the need for human intervention. So this algorithm will find out the hidden patterns. So based on these patterns, it goes for clustering the objects. Clustering and association are two popular unsupervised learning models, right? So this is the basic difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning. So as the classification is one of the very important techniques of data mining, which comes under supervised learning model. So we can say classification is one of the supervised learning model, whereas clustering is the unsupervised learning technique. Please make a note of it. Classification is a supervised machine learning model. Clustering is an unsupervised machine learning technique. So we are going to talk about the classification in the 5th module. So classification is concerned with generating a description or model for each class from the given data set, for which set of given records. The given data set is called as training data, where for each record of this set the class is already known. So we can say classification is the one which will be generating a model for each class from the given data set. So that is what is shown here. It is going to create a model for each class from the given data set. So for each class from the given data set, it is going to derive a description or a model. And here the set of given records, this is the given data, right? This is the given data. So the set of given records is called as the training data. It is called as a training data. So this can be called as a training data. And for this training data, each record of this set, the class is already known, right? So for each record, this is one record, this is another record, third and fourth record. For each record, you know the class. So this is classified as apple, this is classified as apple, this is classified as pineapple, and this as banana. This is what you call as labels, or you call it as class of that particular object. So the class is already known. This is what you mean by classification. So this is one of the very interesting example. You can see here, these are the training data. This is the training data which is given to the supervised learning algorithm. So in the training data, all the objects are already labeled. These are the labeled data set. So using this labeled data set, you are going to train the algorithm. You are going to train the algorithm, right? Now this trained algorithm will be generating a predictive tool for, and this prediction will be predicting the unknown objects. New objects will be predicted. So when you give these new data set, this algorithm will be predicting. The model derived by this algorithm will be predicting in such a way that this is a dog and this is a cat and this is a chicken. This is what you call as supervised learning, which is nothing but the classification process. So in general, the classification process includes two steps: building the classifier or model, using classifier for classification. These are the two steps done in the classification process. So first you need to derive the model, right? So here we need to derive this model and use this model for classification. That is what is specified here. Build the model, then classify using this model. So let us see what we have to do for building the classifier or the model. So this step is called as the learning step or learning phase. And in this step, the classification algorithms build the classifier. It will be building the classifier, and this classifier is called as a model, or it can be called a set of classification rules. And this classifier is built from the training set, right? Yes, it is built from this training set. This is the this is the model which we are going to derive. It is built from the training set. It is built from the training set made up of the database tuples and their associated class labels. This is very important. Your training set must be a labeled data set, and each tuple in the training set is a category or a class. That is why we have the class labels, and these tuples can also be referred as the training sample or object, or you call it as data points. So this is what we are going to do, right? So you will have a data set. This is a data set that contains name. This is the data set of your bank about the loan application, and name of the applicant, age, income, and loan decision, right? So whether giving loan to these applicants is risky, safe, or low risky. So this kind of 3 class labels are given to each and every loan applicant. So name Sandy and age is young and income is low, then the loan decision says it is a risky applicant. And name Bill and age is young and there is no low income, and then actually it should come here, right? So low income, and then the loan decision will be risky. In the same way, Rick, and he is a middle-aged person and income is very high, then the loan decision can be called as safe decision because he will be repaying the loan. So like that, a training data is already available. This is what you call as labels. This is what you call as class labels. This is a labeled data set. Okay. Now this labeled data set is given to the classification algorithm, and this classification algorithm will be deriving classification rules which you call as prediction rules, right? This classification algorithm is a supervised learning algorithm, and this algorithm will be deriving set of classification rules, and this set of classification rules is what you call as the model. You call it as a training predictive tool, or you call it as the model derived from the training data. So what is the classification rule says? If age is youth, then loan decision is risky. So that is what the algorithm studied. It goes through the age, young, then the loan decision is risky. This is also young, this is risky. So in out of 5, 2 records say the young age group loan decision is risky. So it can simply derive a rule saying if age is equal to youth, then loan decision is equal to risky. Another one, if income is equal to high, then loan decision is safe. So income is high, then loan decision is safe. If age is equal to middle aged and income is low, then also it is risky, right? So this kind of rules will be derived. Now what we are going to do, using this classifier we can classify or predict the outcome. So here this is the second step. So in the second step, the classifier is used for classifying the objects for testing the model, and here you are going to give a test data, and this test data is used to estimate the accuracy of the classification rule. It is used for testing the accuracy of the classification rules. So what happened here, again you are going to give a data like this, and this data will be given to the classification rules, right? You can observe here it is classification rules. The classification rules are the model that is derived from the training data. So to this model you give this test data, and it is going to test the data. So it is going to just say John, and he is a middle-aged person and low income, then the decision will be risky. So this kind of decision or the class label will come to the test data, and it is going to check whether the test data and this data set are having equal classes. So if this class and this class is same, then you can say it is a very accurate model. So predicting the class of a new object will be done, then the classification rules can be applied to the new data tuples if the accuracy is considered acceptable. So when you estimate the accuracy, if you have 80%, 90% accuracy, then this model can be used for predicting the class of a new object. So ഇതെല്ലാം already existing data വെച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തതാണ് classification rules, right? സോ ഇനി ഒരു പുതിയ അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റ് വരുന്നുണ്ട്. പുതിയ അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റ് വരുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് ലോൺ ഡെസിഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല അല്ലേ? പുതിയ അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റിന് നെയിം ഉണ്ടാവും, ഏജ് ഉണ്ടാവും, ഇൻകം ഉണ്ടാവും. ഇത് 3 വാല്യൂസും കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ഈ ക്ലാസിഫിക്കേഷൻ റൂളിൽ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ സേ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ റിസ്കി അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റ് ഓർ എ സേഫ് അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റ്. സോ ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ സേഫ് അപ്ലിക്കൻറ്റ്, then bank can allow the application, accept the loan application, they give the loan to that particular person. So this is how the classification model helps in the supervised learning algorithms, right? And one of the classification technique is done using the decision tree. We will be discussing the decision tree in the upcoming video. Thank you.